Welcome and thank you everyone for tuning into our workshop. My name is Lee Fila. I'm an Advancement Associate here at the Fremont Area Community Foundation and a member of your Fremont Area Big Give team. Today is going to be focused on the Fremont Area Big Give backend system itself. Our technology partner Civicor joined forces with Neon One about 2 years ago, and since then they have made some changes. So what you will see is kind of how the two platforms have come together into our Giving Day platform that we now have. Today's presentation is meant to provide you with some of the fundamental knowledge and nuts and bolts understanding of the system, so you know what tools are at your fingertips to help you tell your story on your profile and help make your campaign a success. If you have participated in the Big Give in the past, you will notice some changes. If you are brand new to this, then this will be a good orientation to the system. So here's a quick agenda of what we're going to go through. The first thing we're going to do is go through the login and single sign-on system. As you may remember, back in December, the login for the system was upgraded, so we'll just review that real quick. Then we'll go into a high-level overview of what the system does. There's now two applications that work together, so when you log in, there's two fully integrated software systems that are working together to provide that cohesive Giving Days experience for you. After that, we'll dive into the system and I'll log in as a nonprofit user, just like you, with an example profile to kind of connect the dots on how everything works. So jumping into the logging in and the single sign-on, if you have logged in at any point since January 8th, this has already been taken care of. But I wanted to point out so that if you haven't logged in since January 8th, you will need to recreate your login credentials. Basically, this means that you need to reset your password the first time that you log in. And also, at any time a new user from your organization is added to the system going forward, they will receive an email to set up their password as well. The email on the left is that initial welcome email that someone will receive. So you just click Create Password, and you'll be taken to a screen where you can set up your password. For security purposes, the Create Your Password link is only valid for 24 hours. If your link expires, if you don't get to click that within 24 hours, you will receive this on-screen notification, and then you just need to enter your email and ask for a new link to be emailed to you. So it's no big deal if that happens. Moving on, that is the single sign-on. Jumping into the next portion, I just wanted to give a bird's eye view of the two applications. We will refer to them as the Giving Days application, and then we have Raise, which is the sister application. And that's kind of the part that is new, which has been added by Neon One. We will touch on both of those. So what we will cover in the Giving Days side, you'll see your dashboard, your Fremont Area Big Give public profile. You'll see a full list of your historical donations. And this is also where you will manage your users, and you will see a resource center. And that resource center will have a lot of information in terms of system support, fundraising strategies, and so forth. We will cover that in more detail. So the other side of it, the Raise side of the system, is the bulk of what's new for 2021. Raise is really meant to be a lightweight donation management and peer-to-peer fundraising platform. You'll be able to see some visualizations of your data, how you're tracking against your goals. There's some reporting functionality that is more advanced than what we've had in the past. And then there is the peer-to-peer fundraising, which we'll get into in much more detail. That is kind of what we've called cheer pages in the past. There is some more features and functionality that will allow you to expand your experience with this functionality and grow your campaign. So let's go ahead and jump into the system and we'll show you around. And so you kind of have a sense of how it works as a nonprofit. So this is where you arrive after you have logged into your profile. So after you've logged in, you will see what you're familiar with if you've been part of the Big Give for a while. This is your Giving Days application, and you will know you're in the Giving Days side by this logo up here in the left-hand corner. So to kind of orient you with what you're looking at, we have what we refer to as the Giving Days Performance Dashboard. You'll always land on your dashboard here when you log in. You have this announcement section here, and we may update this with various announcements from time to time. There's the important event dates section that are listed here, and they kind of appear as we go forward. And you can click on a date to see if there's any additional information. And then down below here, we have the fundraising effectiveness widgets. This allows you to kind of plan out your goals for the event. So if you have overall dollar amounts or a number of donations received type of goals, you can set those here. Maybe you have a goal for early giving or a peer-to-peer fundraising goal, or maybe you have matching funds or goals for that. You can set all of that here, and just clicking on any of these buttons here will bring up all of the goals, so you can set all of that information. If you had any of that information entered last year, it will appear here on the right-hand side, and that will kind of help you gauge that goal setting process for this year. So you just enter in that information and hit submit to save it. And this stuff will kind of tick up as the donations come in on Giving Day, so you can see how you're doing. The My Public Profile area, you'll see here a lot of the basic information type of things. Clicking Edit. This will allow you to edit a lot of that information. This area should have already been completed during the registration process, but if you need to edit anything, you can do that here. So this section should already be done, but you can certainly edit it if you want to. And you can either hit submit to save that or cancel if you just want to click out of that. Now I will quickly run through the menu items on the left-hand side so you know what is there. The donation levels, these are meant to be suggested donation amounts. So if a donor lands on your donation form, if you don't enter any of these donation levels, it would just enter the amount they would like to give. If you do enter donation levels, they will appear as clickable options that they can choose. The donor will always have the ability to enter their own amount, so this is optional. You do not have to do this. The donation levels are basically a way of explaining what an amount of money might mean to your organization. So like we have here, $10 might buy 2 books for children, or $25 might buy a bag of dog food. So basically this just ties the impact to the donation for the donor. Okay. Multimedia. Now, this is a way for you to add images or videos to your profile, and they will show on the main landing page of your profile. You would want to use any images or videos here that tell the story of your organization, such as volunteers building a house, or maybe animals that have been rescued, or anything like that, that would make your profile more visually appealing. So you can see here what we've added. And just to note, if you're going to add a video, this has to be either a link from YouTube or Vimeo. Those are the only options that we have for video at this time. Images can be JPEGs, or I believe they can be PNG files. The Programs tab. This is a way for you to detail out the different programs your organization has. So for example, we have our programs listed here. We have the Youth Philanthropy Contest, Nonprofit Leadership Program, and the Fremont Area Big Give. It allows you to list these out, and these would also list on a tab on the public profile on the website. If you have a program listed that you are no longer doing, you can click the button to make it inactive. To add new ones, you just click Add New Program. Type out the program name, any of this information. All of this down here is optional. You don't have to put this in. And then click Submit to save. Events. This is a way for you to highlight upcoming events that your organization may be having. Annual galas, volunteer recruitment events, or anything like that. Anything that you might want to highlight. You can put virtual events in here as well. You have the ability to add a lot of information. You can choose the event date and time, start time and time, put in the event description. Whether or not it's a virtual event, you can do that here, yes or no. If you pick no, it will ask you to put in an event address. You can add a link so that you can go to an external website with more details, or maybe a registration form. You can also choose whether or not to add contact information. All events that are upcoming will show on your profile on the Fremont Area Big Give page. Volunteer information. This is a place for you to list any volunteer opportunities. I can show you the sample opportunity we put in here. The form is very similar to the events form. So you just give it a name, a description, location, dates and times, and then choose if you want to publish the contact information. These will also be listed on your profile page. Documents. This is a way for you to upload some of the financial information, such as 990s or IRS designation letters. Some giving days require these documents for registration, and that's why they have that here. And then those documents are stored here, but we currently do not do that. So anything that is stored here is not shared publicly. You are welcome to use this if you'd like, but it is not required to upload anything here. So I am going to quickly jump over to the public website so you can see all of these things in play. So when you get to the Big Give website, your public profile will look like this. This is our sample profile. So you can see the logo that was uploaded. The social media, if you put in social media websites or your public website or an email, those will all be, you can link to those here. You can see the tabs up here that mimic the tabs in the back end where you manage that content. So the overview, the programs, the events, volunteer information. Go back to overview, you can see the mission statement that you entered in the basic information will be listed here. If you have fundraisers or the cheer pages, we'd call those fundraisers now, those will be located down here, it will show 2 by default, and it will prompt people to add more. The multimedia items are here. It will show a maximum of 8 thumbnails. We'll do 4 and 4. If you want to add more, you can. It will only show the 8 thumbnails, and then when you click on one, it'll scroll through to do more. So that is kind of how the back end correlates to the front end. Jump back into the back end here. The My Donations area. Since we do not have any donations in our profile, you can't really see those here, but this is a historical list of every single donation that has ever processed for your organization through the Fremont Area Big Give. So if you've been participating since 2017, all of that data will be listed here. There are some basic filters if you want to filter by date. You can do that here, or time, or by name, or by amount. There is an export button over here on the right, so you can export the information into an Excel document. The My Users tab up here. This is where you can keep track and manage the people who have access to your profile. So you can add a new user up here, and you can manage the settings of your users by clicking on these buttons here. The Resource Center, this is a new feature. It provides you with some nice educational resources and support documents that you can look at in addition to the information we provide in our nonprofit toolkit on the website. Neon One puts these out here, so you are welcome to check those out at your leisure. So now, just to show you kind of the other side of the back end, which is the raise part, since this is kind of everything for the Giving Day side of things, we'll point out the raise side, which is located here. This kind of the 9-dot icon in the upper right-hand corner, it kind of looks like a waffle. And it's similar to something like Google, where you log into one account and you have access to Gmail and your calendar and G Drive and all that kind of thing. It's a similar concept. You just have one login and it gives you access to all of those systems. Same thing here. You click on this, click on Raise, and it will open up in a new tab. The first time you click on it, you may have to log in with your email and password, but after that, you won't have to do that anymore. So this is the Raise system, and this is where you will go to access any fundraising pages you may have, or if you want to create one, this is where you'll do that too. But basically, Neon One has created a step-by-step instruction sheet to create those fundraising pages, and I will send those to you. But just real quickly, anytime you log into Raise, you will do that here by accessing this logo up here, and you will know you are in, whether or not you're in Raise or if you're in Giving Days, by the logo here. But once you get into Raise, you click on View My Giving Day Campaign to get to the fundraising pages. Then you go to P2P fundraising. And then you have the fundraising pages here. Click on fundraising pages. And then I have created a sample one here. If there's nothing there, it'll tell you that you don't have any fundraising pages. But this will be kind of nice because you'll be able to see any fundraising pages that you have, how much they've raised, all that kind of stuff. If you want to create one, you click up here, and it pretty much just walks you through it. This tells me I'm in draft mode. You have to complete all of these boxes to complete the fundraising page. So, but I will send you the step-by-step instructions so that you know how to do those. And if you have any questions on that, just let me know. There are some other features in here. There's some reporting that you can do that is a little more advanced than what you can do in the Giving Day side. There's additional lists of your donations here, some information on donors, and then there's your dashboard that there's some additional information than what you have on the Giving Day side as well. So that's kind of a quick overview of the raise side and how you can get to your fundraising pages this year. So that is all I have right now. Please watch for me to send out the instructions on the new raise system and how to do the fundraising pages. And please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions on any of that. Thank you.